Freestyle Fellowship Project, Blowed, Ace One, tuned in to Fifth Element Hip Hop. Hey.
Yeah. You already know that it's evident. You're rocking with East God and the Fifth Element. Probably should run for president. The Black Wolf walk in the woods, feel like the Revenant. I had to embellish it. MC on the beat, like OT from the D. Just pass me the rock, I'ma pull it up from the 3. I see strange things like 11. And when I'm on the mic, I get them hype like DJ 7 or DJ Slim in Hollywood like I'm Boog. They know I'm the one. Man, the knowledge come from the dreads. This X-ray son, peace, love, and unity. You gotta give it your best. And you say that you got them bars, so we gon' give them a test. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You ain't say it right, please say it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yo, what up, though? Bam. Y'all know what time it is, man. Another episode of Fifth Element Hip Hop, where we represent hip hop in its truest form. That's peace, love, unity, and having fun. And like always, man, we got some special guests in the building. But before we go ahead and get into that, let me introduce my co-host. Y'all know him by Ray Son, but around here we be like, Ramon!
What up? New week, no smut on our name.
Last time that I checked.
Let's get it, man. It's about to be a dope show.
Yes, sir. And sitting to the right of me is your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. Y'all know what it is. The Blade God, DJ Slim. What up, though?
Peace. Welcome to another episode of not the podcast, but the hip hop show. The hip hop show. You know what I'm saying? The Fifth Element. Today, supreme mathematics is knowledge, understanding. Okay, knowledge is the foundation of all things. Understanding is to see things clearly for what they present themselves to be. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Slim be dropping that wisdom.
Man. See it for what it is, man.
You know what I'm saying? Dropping that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Come here to the Fifth Element and get some knowledge. You feel me?
Have some fun.
Hey, what's
man.
the Fifth Element?
The Fifth Element is knowledge, man.
Come on, man. Stop playing. Look, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and keep it going. Sitting in the back in the cut like a shake, though, is my two favorite young guys over there. Smooth K. You know what I'm saying? What up, though?
What up, though? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is, man.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting next to him is the one and only Hollywood Buzz.
What's good, y'all? We back here with another one. Let's get into it.
Bam.
Yes, sir.
I know what time it is, man.
Yes, sir. And we ain't even going to wait, man, because, you know, right now, you know, we always bringing somebody up in the building, and this guy has been doing his thing in the city for a long time.
Absolutely.
And honestly, this has been a long time coming, having him sit up here. We done been in the studio a few times, done seen him put his magic down. We was in a session with the landlord. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to landlord.
Seen him up in there, you know what I mean?
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it up for our guy, man. Kenechi. What up, though?
Yes, sir.
Man. If y'all ain't been over to Rehab Studios, man, you know what I mean? Check him out, man. He up in there laying down that magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Rehab Studios, you know, I got Rehab Studios pretty much on lock. Also the biggest studio in Vegas, probably the best studio as well, the Hideout recording studio.
Oh, yeah, Hideout, yeah.
That's where I take, you know, a lot of my high profile clientele. Or,
right.
You know.
Yeah,
the Hideout.
The Hideout is super fun.
Love the Hideout.
Love the Hideout.
Love the Hideout. So, Kenechi, man, this is what we do right now. We go into the Race Sun Report where we talk about topics that's going on in the city, some things that's going on across the country, and we just had some organic conversation. You with it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it, Raymo.
Y'all know what it is. Well, first, shout out to our sponsor, Lit Lemonade. You know what I mean?
Lit Lemonade.
Hottest lit lemonades out there.
And I just had a swig. This shit pretty smooth. You feel?
Yeah.
Go get you some.
Go get you some. Holla at Lit Lemonade on IG, and she will get you right.
Yes, sir. Look, he had to take a swig before we get into it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all know how we start off the show every week. If y'all tuned in, you know we start off with a video of the week.
Okay.
This week, we got our guys Black Transit up.
Oh,
Slim, talk about
I love those guys.
I don't know which one you about to
Shy Brother.
Okay, Shy Brother, man. Shy Brother, the video was shot by S Fleck, man. And that's Achilles and Mr. Atlas. They make Shy Brother.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
That's what's up.
Come on. Yeah. What we doing? Ain't no way you ain't doing nothing. I'm saying. What we doing? Ain't no system wasting time fooling around, man. I'm asking what we doing. I'm saying, nigga, whoin'? The world not gonna try pursuing the rap when they hear this track. Saying, yeah, man, what we doing? I know. What we doing?
Young Rock.
What we doing, brother? I know.
Young Ramo.
What we doing? I know. Come on, take the time. Understand what you're doing when you ride a rhyme. The sky's the limit to evolve when you free your mind. It's more than this than being flashy and committing crimes. Cause I can tell when you're lying, I can see the signs. Red, stop, green, go. But what about yellow? Yeah, brother, take it slow. Cause you don't need to rush, I'm not understanding the flow. We compare you to such and such, you're not being original. All you doing is talk about ops and how many bricks you're cutting. How many cars you own and how many chicks you touching. See, I just flipped the word around. You don't really have to be intricate, it wasn't even profound. Yes, I am a father, yes, I am a son. Yes, I have kids, see how the truth is done? Cause ain't no second guessing the lesson that I'm addressing. You should have a better message, cause really that's more impressive. What we doing? Ain't no system wasting time fooling around, man, I'm asking what we doing. I'm saying nigga whoin', the world not gonna try pursuing the rap when they hear this track. Sing it, yeah, man, what we doing? I know.
Shout out to Mr. Atlas.
What we doing, brother? I know.
Out New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's dope about this video?
Accolades, artillery, and equity accruing. Creatively congruent for your palate, this is prudent. A detox from the processed food you've been consuming. When I riot your ruin with phonics, you'll find I'm fluent. Leading back into the hook and title of the song, what we doing? This our brother recipe that we're brewing. Formulated specifically and built for show and prove. Let's go. Esteemed excellence, showmanship etiquette. Developed durably during decades of decadence. The emblem of justice I brandish is so effortless. But only when it's in the case of self-defense. Then I let it roll, get bold. Because I can't hold back. The fool, I rep the black and gold. Quoting 120 check with intellect. Move with Glocks and text. Peace to the rebel lioness.
What we doing? Ain't no system wasting time fooling around, man. I'm asking what we doing. I'm saying nigga whoin'. The world not gonna try pursuing the rap when they hear this track. Sing it, yeah, man. What we doing? Ain't no system wasting time fooling around, man. I'm asking what we doing. I'm saying nigga whoin'. The world not gonna try pursuing the rap when they hear this track. Sing it, yeah, man. What we doing? I know. What we doing? I know. What we doing, brother? I know. What we doing? I know. Come on. I know.
Yeah, man. Transit is on the move, man. Shout out to Kadada.
Look at Lil Rob.
Look at Rob.
So I called Slim. I thought he was at work, right? I thought I was calling him on his lunch break. I was headed to the Charleston Outlet Mall.
Right.
And Sid was like, "No, we downtown shooting a video." I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to pull up. I'm in the area." So boom, that's how I made me and my young man made that cameo.
Yeah,
That's word.
Young Rob on the screen.
You know what I'm saying? What we doing?
What we doing?
What we doing?
All right, number 2 on there. Rest in peace to Ananda Lewis.
Oh
Man, that was big. We grew up watching her on Teen
Teen
Summit
Summit,
and a couple other shows she had, man.
MTV. She did a lot of interviews
TRL.
on MTV,
Yeah.
TRL. Yeah, so I'm like, man, and she was fine as hell too,
Yes, she
man.
was. Yes, she
I used
was.
to be like, damn, man, Ananda bad as a
Or
motherfucker.
the beating your meat in the corner.
Nah, I never beat my meat. Shit, man. I ain't have to do that.
I was just fucking with you. Nah, hey, she was 52 years
Pause,
old.
nigga.
She was 52 years old. She passed from breast cancer.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is she was trying to do holistic ways to try to, you know what I'm saying, to push the cancer off and whatnot. But
You know, it's crazy because every time I've seen people use the holistic way, it's like it always overtakes them in like a short period of time. Rest in peace to my guy Tex. He's the reason why I went to Poland.
Okay.
And then he ended up catching cancer and he ended up going the holistic route. And within 3 weeks, man, he was out of here.
I think what it is, man, you need a balance. You need a balance of both, man.
Yeah.
That technology and the doctor, you know what I'm saying? And then the holistic, because everything ain't gonna work for everybody.
Right.
Everybody, the body's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So yeah.
But I just look at it and say, like, if you are gonna fight it, if it's aggressive, you got to be aggressive. You can't, you know what I mean, ease into it because that disease is no joke. That shit get to you and it start ravishing your body.
Hell yeah.
So that was the reason of the chemo.
You know, rock with like teachings of Dr. Sevi and them.
Yeah, I think that's more of. I think you should be doing that preventative.
Yeah, you should be doing.
You should be doing that before anything happens. And she even said it on her. On her,
she put it in her book.
Yeah, in her book, she was like, "I wish I would have picked up some of these practices 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even got to that point." But you know, like I said, man, I'm like, some of that stuff is prevention.
Right.
I'm like, it's kind of hard to, like, you know, fight it. You know,
It's already
on that, when it's already there, you already in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to go hard. You got to drop a nuclear bomb on that shit.
Right. And she said her mom had breast cancer too, so she saw her mom taking chemo and all that. That's why she tried to take other routes. But
But her mom survived, right? Or did it? I'm not sure.
yeah.
They said Russia claims they got a cure.
Russia got a cure.
It's definitely a cure out there.
Full-fledged cure.
Yeah, it's definitely a cure out there somewhere.
If it is a cure, they definitely ain't selling it to us.
Nah, they
They not.
You can't even see your
they not.
primary doctor.
They not.
They're not gonna be able to afford it when they do
not.
start selling it.
Exactly.
They
You
not.
know what I'm saying?
Why do we got to pay to live?
It's gonna cost you your firstborn and shit.
all your points. Now, let's move on to number
It's a free
3.
country, right?
That part.
Y'all been paying attention to the news. Y'all been seeing the protests in LA over the ICE and how they've been down bombarding graduations and you know what I'm saying, picking up people's parents while their kids is graduating and shit like that.
Right.
What's well, Nietzsche, you guess. What's your thoughts on what's going on?
It's a sensitive topic. You feel me? It's if you in the States and you got here, however you got here, there's a particular way that you got to move. And I know a bit from experience because I have family members that, they were here on visa, overstayed their visa, and because it's worth the risk. Everybody's trying to come here because it's worth the risk,
Right.
Of like, all right, ICE gonna find me. They gotta catch me if they find me. Whatever. It's better than living in a third world country ravished by crime, cartel, poverty, corruption, whatever. Because I've had family members that overstayed their visa. They stayed for a long time, and they're moving like they're on the run. They had to,
Right.
But they eventually got citizenship. But the riots, it makes sense because of how the leadership is reacting to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, there's part of the riot activities that's like counterintuitive to what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? So I see like that side too. But for the most part, it's kind of like, there's a reason why they're here. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that is like, we've been dealing with the issue of people coming across the border for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the government from where their home country is not even responding to that. Like, I know if I ran a country and my people wanted to leave my country, I'd be like, shit, I got to fix my country. Because my people don't want to be here. And obviously it's a lot of bullshit going on for my people not to want to be here. So I'm like, why hasn't nobody took enough pride in their home country to say, you know what, let's fix this shit, because my people shouldn't be wanting to leave where they from.
You know what, them cartels, them cartels is a motherfucker.
I was gonna say, you got people.
You know the answer to that, man.
I know, but I'm like, it seemed like that's a message that never gets said.
Them
It's
cartels
like,
don't give a damn about their government.
Yeah, it's about that money. It's about the greed. It's about
Wait,
power.
I understand the cartels, but I'm talking about the government.
But they
The
go
government-
hand in hand.
Exactly.
Same thing.
There's no separation.
I think the
there.
government, I
separation.
think it's one of two things. It's like in third world countries, you got government that's either like not powerful enough to really have control. So
Right.
they're being controlled. Like, and one, if you want to be realistic,
Right.
Or you got in the third world country, you got governments that are like just corrupt that they really don't care. They do not care as long as like as long as it's a pay for play, the payola keep coming through. They don't care about the country.
Right.
Nope.
They're just gonna like keep it up just well enough to call it a country, and then they're just gonna pocket the rest and split it with their homies.
It's the same thing here. It's
Yeah, I'm
just
finna
better
say it's
here.
definitely, I'm finna say
You know what I'm saying? But
better
it's the
here,
same thing here.
Right.
Same thing here.
Yeah, but I'm like, at least there are some people here that's like, okay, we can't let it go that far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I ain't saying like we perfect over here, because I'm like, trust me, it's a lot of
Because
bullshit that happens here.
The people are realizing that it's the people that's the power instead of obeying to just a person.
Right.
But also it's like, we underestimate like the design. Y'all underestimate the design because it's like you say it's like, oh, it's not so corrupt in the U.S. I think it's just so advanced.
Yeah, that's why.
That it's like,
Right.
That's why.
the corruption is so advanced that they make the rules
Right.
in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna get there in one way or another, and we're not even going to know.
Yeah, it's like they, that's what we call it, tricknology.
Right, for real.
It's just modern day tricknology at its finest.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But yeah, you know, you just gotta kind of get it how you live, cause like, if I was in Mexico, well, if I was an average person in Mexico, you know what I'm saying, I see the same situation. If I was an average person in Nigeria, Caribbean, wherever,
right,
I see the situation, I'll probably do the same thing.
Absolutely.
I'll probably slide and try to make
a
way.
Yeah, trying to get up out here.
Yes, lady, my boy Strick just tapped in live. Yeah, gang in it. That's my YSL brother right there. We just got a project. He's dropping soon, matter of fact.
Okay.
He's about to drop right after Slime. Probably gonna go on tour with Slime. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tell them they know where to come sit down with when they
Yeah,
come back.
come fuck with the fifth.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Come fuck with the
Let's
fifth.
move on to 3B, Quan. The BET Hip Hop Awards was this week. Did you guys see them? It was actually one of the best awards they've had
I
in
have
years.
not seen the awards.
I agree.
I wish I would have seen it, man, but I ain't get to see it.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't see it.
I ain't got that BET
I ain't
subscription.
even see like glimpses of you know, the gist of it. I saw the gist of what they did in Vegas, and I was like, I didn't understand it.
Oh, the one that was
I
here.
was in Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why they moved that way, but.
Nah, this one was really good. Me and Jazz sat and watched that whole joint, man. That shit was
Right. Well, speaking of the protests in L.A., Doechii had won an award, best new artist, I think it was. But there you go. So she had something to say. She used her platform when she got up there to speak, which was Trump is using military forces to stop a protest. I want y'all to consider what kind of government it appears to be when every time we exercise our democratic right to protest, the military is deployed against us. And you see, I think he sent in the Marines and some other chats. So, yeah, shit's crazy. Shout out to Doechii for even speaking up.
That's
that's how you supposed to use your platform.
I was gonna say that's how you're supposed to.
Right. Go to 3C, Quan. So Doechii and Glorilla. This was a comment somebody put. Doechii won every award Glorilla deserved the last 6 months based on their output the last year.
No.
Thoughts on that?
No.
Doechii won every award Glorilla deserved.
Not every award.
I feel like Doechii deserved her awards.
Yeah, I'm finna say I
but,
feel like she got her flowers.
I can see where Glorilla deserved a lot of awards as well because shit, Glorilla is everywhere. That last album, I'm sorry, man. I'm like,
yes, she's so everywhere that she won best international gospel song.
She's everywhere right now. You can't go into a club and not play Glorilla.
I just think, man, we need to stop just trying to play like balance, man. We just need balance, man. We need a little bit of Doechii. We need a little bit of Glorilla.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah. But it's not that she don't deserve that award though.
Yeah,
they both deserve the award. Shit, they put the work in. Shit.
I was impressed by her performance.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all know how they decide? Is it like the Grammys?
Yeah, it's like a committee, right?
That's how the Grammys works.
But I don't know how the BET joints go.
Okay, somebody probably just handing them out, right?
She
deserved it. Nah, she deserved it. Like she could rap. Like she could rap.
Sure.
Rap.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Doechii could really rap.
Yeah,
but you know, it's always politics involved in everything.
Yeah,
absolutely. Somebody playing Puppet Master back there.
So look. Speaking of the BET Awards, next year they're gonna have Grammy for Best Album Cover.
That's fire.
So I wanted to do a little something this show. Quan, skip to number 5. I put a thing out on Facebook for Las Vegas artists. You know what I'm saying? If you dropped an album this year, you know what I'm saying, we're going to pick a best album cover.
Okay.
So those are some of the album covers we got up there, from Ducky to J Hippie to Spitter P to Weebo to Mr. 702 Fantastic. We got Ram Black. We got The Barbarian, Twist Paper. We got Landlord, Fake Love 4. Down at the bottom, we got Miles Lowe. We got Henny Holyfield. We got Dulamite. We got Chosen, Rue, and was it CDK
Vibes,
right?
Yeah.
And then we got Missy Money.
Missy Money.
So those are the album covers. Quan, if you can even like kind of highlight any of those, like bring them up a little bit. So I'm gonna give y'all some packets. You go, just pass those around. Hey, Red, come and do me a favor and pass these over to Boog in Hollywood.
Yeah, I thought these was Father's Day cards.
Nah, hell no. So now you keep it. So in the cut right there is the names for which album, you know what I'm saying, you think has the best cover.
Okay.
Right?
All right,
And I was supposed to have a little pot, but you can what we're gonna do is the one you think has the best cover, right? You're gonna put that name in this bag, in this little Ziploc bag. Okay, you already got yours.
I got mine.
And we'll come.
I need to see him again.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to it a little later on in the show.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Son got us
So there we go. So
got us voting up here. Okay.
yeah, let's start from the top on, and then we'll just.
Got that.
Yeah.
The Ray Sun report.
Ray Sun report. There we go. That's the winner right there.
Best album cover.
So that's Ducky's album. If y'all remember Ducky's,
Yeah.
it's a picture of a cat sitting there reading a book.
I love it.
To the cats, got ducks in there. It's all DuckTales.
I even love the title.
You're right.
The title was crazy.
Got the handicap sign on the back representing what section he's from.
Fucking dope.
Right.
Real
Then you
dope.
got Jay Hippie up next to him. Jay
Creative
Hippie
art.
speaks for itself, right?
Look, he got Rigby from the regular show. And
That's what I'm saying.
All kind of shit on there. That shit crazy.
Right.
Dope.
Then you got Spit a P up under that. Spit a P just
Spitter just raw and shit.
Spit a Pac is what we call
just
it.
some
Shout out to
raw
Spitter,
shit.
man.
Yeah, shout out Spitter. Shout out
That's
Spitter.
real Spitter P right there.
Right. Then you got Weebo's right there. His new album, LV Boulevard.
And that makes sense because
It's pretty fine.
we both talk that money talk. You know.
It's a cool aesthetic.
Yeah. Right. He talked that money talk.
Right. So those are a couple of dope ones right there. Go on, can you pull down the other ones and get a chance? And my bad, y'all. I did it like this. I didn't want to run 13 different albums. So I tried to put them in this collage.
Right.
Mr. Fantastic 702 is right there. He's just sitting down, chilling on the 89106 sign.
That's dope. The 89106.
Right, blowing
I love
tree.
that. Love that. Love that.
The other one next to him was Ram Black when he was a kid. Him and his mother on the album cover.
He went kind of nostalgic, like along the lines of the Biggie and Nas album cover
With the-
type
with
shit.
the baby,
with
right.
the baby pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see.
And Common had One Day It All Makes Sense. He had a album cover like that as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Twist the Barbarian, dope. He got the cartoon art, you know what I'm saying, reminiscent of Conan the Barbarian.
Makes sense
You know
because
what
I
I'm
like
Shout out to Twist.
Twist always got some crazy shit going, but
Yeah,
it'd be dope.
saying? Right.
Yeah.
He got the bar highlighted, let you know he barring out on that album. Landlord, that's just a classic. That's about to be a new classic. You know what I'm saying? It's
Man,
definitely
look,
a new classic.
That Landlord album's still in the deck.
Definitely. Definitely. It came out since.
Still is.
Right.
Classic.
And that's a young lady named Missy Money. You know me, I gave her own solo pick of her album cover.
Look, hey, look,
There
she
with the hard
looking
leg.
good on that motherfucker.
Right. And then you got Miles Low, you know what I'm saying? Got the two finger, you got the peace sign, the king hat on. You got Henny Holyfield with the glass half full.
Nah,
Dope art.
I think that shit is hard as fuck.
And then you got Doolomite sitting on the throne with the crown.
Yeah,
That's a Basquiat. Basquiat
Oh, that's
crown.
Basquiat?
Yeah,
That's a Basquiat
okay.
crown.
It's a
right there.
Basquiat crown.
You know what he wrote on that painting where he put the crown? He said, all young kings get their heads cut off. That's what Basquiat said.
Nice. Crazy.
That's a fact if you watching, what's that, Game of Thrones? It's a motherfucker.
Right.
And then Chosen Rule and CDK. They got the
The
white
ladies'
rose.
choice and shit with the rose
Yep.
and the black
So,
and white.
Make y'all decisions and then, you know what I'm saying, put it in there, put it in the bag.
All right.
And at the end of the show, we're going to pull and see who got the most or whatever. And that is going to be who got the best album for the first 6 months of the year.
First 6 months of the year.
Yeah.
Best album cover.
Best album cover.
There we go.
Okay.
Best album cover.
Something different. Something different.
Yeah. We having fun up here on the 5th, man. What we got next, right?
Let me see. Okay, just some quick hits real quick. Number 6 on there, Quan. Your boy R. Kelly in that first corner up there.
Yeah.
He says, motherfucker, the feds is trying to kill him, trying to put people on to kill him, so he wants out. He's asked for clemency. Can he do his time at home?
You got to stay off that K2.
Goodness gracious.
What is that?
Goodness
Fuck
gracious.
is K2?
That's that non-alcoholic weed.
Non-alcoholic weed, nigga.
That's what K2 is?
Yeah, that's
Real?
Yeah, they
I
got
ain't know that.
Man, that shit all through the fucking prison.
Yeah.
I ain't know. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was just like smoking some type of chemicals or something.
Yeah, like what he
It
on
is
that he on that
chemical
shit. He on that shit.
But it
I'm
got
just- I'm just
THC in there, right?
Does it get him high?
I'm just talking shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just
How you gonna put that on camera, man?
you will,
K2
though.
is something crazy.
Hey,
Okay, cool.
K2 is crazy. K2 is like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That shit sound crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Then you got the
K2
young,
is like bath salt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Smoking
yeah.
back.
See
Motherfucker
what I'm
eat your
saying?
face off.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
But I'm like, that shit real in the prison. Am I lying? That shit real.
I don't know. You know who you talking to.
I don't know. But I'm just
Anybody in the
saying,
chat?
Right. Chat, do you know
Is OT
chat?
lying?
Chat, is he lying, chat? Leave it down in the comments if you lying, chat.
All right, then we got Silento up there. Just got 30 years for killing his cousin.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? I recorded, bro, like right after his hit. He was doing a song. Floyd had like a roster of artists, right?
Right.
It was like Pee-wee. He had somebody named Freck Billionaire. This is way back in the day. This is his label, Filthy Rich Records,
yeah.
right? Yeah. And then he had like some other people. He had like Jay Bling. Shout out to Bling. That's my dog. And then he had like one of the daughters of the owners of the Palms, the old owners of the Palms.
Okay,
right.
Loose.
So yeah, the Maloofs. Yeah. So it was like, I don't know if it was, her name was Sunny or what. That might be like one of the parents or something. Sunny Maloof, maybe, I don't know.
Right.
He was doing a song with her.
Okay.
Oh.
So I recorded them. This was like many years ago. I got to dig the photo up. Like
That's crazy.
this is before
The whipping and everything.
Watch
Before
the
this
whip.
shit.
No, this is right after that. This
All right, right after
I was saying
that.
I recorded
No,
them.
he's
This
saying-
before the you feel me?
Yeah, before
the
you
takeoff.
Before you went crazy and shit.
Sev, you got to interview Silento when he was out here, right?
I was just looking
Yeah,
at that
man.
on the
Yeah,
on the
man. I
ground.
had a chance to interview him, man. That was the 2000. That was like 2016, like the Bomb Squad days at 88.1, man.
Yeah,
B Tim's, Miles Lowe, DJ Slim, Dad. You already know, man. That was good times, man. Good time. There's a picture.
Yeah,
I'll post
I got it all on the ground.
I was gonna say he got it on the gram actually, yeah. But that was good times. That was dope times, man. And then I think too, we had he gave us free access for his performance as well.
Yeah, we went to the show. He let us backstage. All his people was real down to
genuine,
earth. Yeah.
down to earth people, bro. Word is born.
Why did he kill his cousin? He killed his cousin, right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
So
that's-
what was it? You
Beyond
got any
me.
details on that?
I just got the headlines.
Beyond me.
Right. Silento sentenced 30 years in prison after pleading guilty,
Damn.
but
And he
mentally
pled
ill.
guilty. Oh, so he ain't even.
Yep.
It wasn't even a question.
Right.
damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He pleaded
So he
guilty
answered
and he
it.
said he's
Whoa.
mentally ill.
So he's mentally ill. And then a couple other ones on
But
there
they gave him
was
30 though.
gave him 30.
So they ain't going for the mentally ill
Hell
joint.
nah. Hell nah.
You gotta stay off that K2.
Look, Damon Dash loses everything. Judge orders seizures of his entertainment empire. He
That's
lost his
messed
film
up.
studios
That's
and
messed up,
everything.
bro.
Damn.
Wow.
Dame was an innovator. He was a legend. He was a
definitely.
pioneer.
Right.
So
Definitely.
like I hate to see him go. He probably gonna figure this out. But back in the day, I used to want to be like Dame and Hov and them, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Dame
right.
was the most slick talking hustler
Yeah, hell yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he was responsible for Currency's resurgence.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he had that other label, which was also an art gallery in Harlem.
Yeah, that was
that was
dope.
fire.
Yeah.
So fire, and everybody, and then everybody want to get on art, and then you know what I'm saying, like
I honestly feel like somewhere along the lines, it might not be soon, but him and Jay will link back up somewhere.
I don't think they're ever linking up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's wishful thinking.
In your
Maybe
dreams.
it's wishful
maybe,
thinking.
maybe,
I don't know, man.
maybe.
Maybe it's wishful thinking.
But
man,
I'm just like Hov. I don't think Hov moves like that.
Yeah, real quick, man, in the chat, man, peace to Allah's 5%, man. Divine education, man. You know what I'm saying? Divine Ink, Graphic Ink in the building, man. You know what I'm
Peace,
saying?
peace, God.
Shout out to Miles Lowe and Taylor Weeds up in there too, man. What
Divine
up, though?
Graphics Ink in the
Word.
building, man.
Okay, and then one last thing on that quick hits. Marvel's reportedly casting Ryan Gosling as a new Black Panther in Avengers Doomsday.
This cat. This is
He
this
said
is fake
this is
news.
cap.
It's fake news.
Oh, they said Ryan
No way.
Gosling.
No way.
Black.
Reportedly being
Shout out
cast
to
as
Ryan,
a
but
new Black
nah,
Panther.
Never.
Man, hey,
I'm not
if
watching
that
it.
happens,
I'm not watching it.
Can't watch that, bro.
So the
said,
reason
"I'm
why
not
they say
watching
that, if you, I guess, know the comic books or whatever, you know, the Black Panther, I guess he got married again, and he had a stepson that was a white guy. So
That was probably like
True to
Earth
the comic.
something. That
True to
wasn't
the
Earth
comic.
one.
But I
So-
still ain't
That
gonna watch
wasn't
it.
that
It's
wasn't
true to the
Earth One comics. That was like 2000 maybe 15 or 10.
So y'all ain't have it. Y'all ain't
That's
y'all
not,
not
but that's
having it,
definitely
bro.
that cannot. That's not an origin.
Man,
That's
get
not
that up outta
origin.
here,
I don't
man.
know if
Marvel-
that's
get
origin.
that
I'm
up
gonna
outta
tell you
here,
right
bro.
now.
I don't know that's origin.
Marvel will tank the series fucking with that.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm just gonna keep it 100.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not
People
gonna watch
gonna
it.
be
They
I can't.
I'm just saying, man.
They
I'll be
will.
like, I'm gonna put that
Ryan
shit.
Gosling is a good
They
actor.
will.
I don't give a fuck.
He's
What
a
are we
good
talking
actor.
about?
Right. What are we
If you told me he was gonna be the new Captain America, I'd be like,
But
all
what's
right,
the?
whatever.
I guess it depends on the storyline too.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like it's that, but it's also
said, "Nah."
like I don't
Not
know, man.
having it. I'm not having it.
Bro,
Shout
that's
out to
just like
Chadwick Boseman. Rest in
they gonna
peace.
put Ryan Gosling as Black Panther.
Right.
They gonna get rid of race and critical theory and all that.
Right.
They gonna, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Pac's gonna look like goddamn Vin Diesel.
Look, I'm just gonna give it a look, man.
Hey, Vin Diesel got a little bit of black in him.
Like, yo,
Fuck
I'm just saying. Tom Hanks plays Jay-Z in the biopic. Look
Vin
at that
Diesel
shit.
as Pac in a movie is crazy.
Wow, bro.
All right, let's keep moving on, man. We
Tom Hanks plays Jay-Z in a biopic.
Damn.
Fucking Hanks. Oh, that white man. Hove. It's The Rock. Look at that.
Mixtapes. We do a One Gotta Go on the show all the time, right? So this is our
Okay.
mixtape series. Mixtapes. One Gotta Go. They catalog. Gucci Mane, 50 Cents, Fabulouses, or Lil Wayne's mixtape discography. One Gotta Go.
We talking about mixtape though.
Yeah, mixtapes.
I'm gonna keep it 100 just because of the music that I listen to. Not saying that Gucci wasn't nice. He gotta go. I'm like the rest. I'm keeping.
That's Gucci,
Yeah.
Wayne.
Gucci, Wayne, 50, and
50.
Fabo.
Definitely not Wayne.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely not Wayne.
Definitely not Wayne.
not.
And I'll tell you this.
Definitely not 50. Definitely not
Right.
Fab.
Mixtape?
Yeah,
Nah.
definitely not
That's what I'm
Fab.
saying.
Yeah.
Definitely nah. I'm keeping Gucci.
Keeping Gucci and get rid of
Gucci
Fab.
is too important to the future at the time of the whole rap and hip hop like culture.
Of the South.
Right.
You got to understand. You have to understand. Fab, he did his thing, but like if you take Fab's mixtape, not album, mixtape discography away, there's so many other New York rappers that have crazy mixtape discography.
I can see you saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got to balance. You got Weezy, you got Fifth, and you got Gucci. That represents like 75% of hip hop alone right there.
That's a fact.
So hip hop would survive, but I don't know if it would survive in its current without Gucci. Definitely not without Wayne.
Gucci, you losing. Well, you can't say you losing Future because Future came up off of Dungeon Family.
Yeah, they was in
Yeah,
Dungeon
yeah.
Family.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
then-
is losing.
You're losing Nicki for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure losing Nicki.
Okay.
You're losing.
But we did have Jeezy at that time too. And
What
Jeezy was going crazy.
What Jeezy got to do with?
I
what we
mean,
talking about?
I'm just
But-
saying, like
but
they
his
out of the same
Jeezy,
place.
Gucci.
I've never heard of
Gucci.
I never looked.
You know?
I don't think I ever listened to a Jeezy mixtape. I just heard his album.
Yeah, that Thug
Album.
Thug Mode album.
But he said
Trapper Die,
mix-
you
no, he
ain't
said
never
mixtape.
listened to the
Said
Trapper
mixtape.
Die or the DJ Drama shit?
Yeah. Trapper Die was his first mixtape.
Yeah, and the DJ
that was-
Drama joints.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that. I
was-
didn't know that was mixtape.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, but
that was one.
look at Jeezy's trajectory, and then look at Gucci's trajectory.
yeah.
It's like not even.
Yeah.
With all due respect, because I worked on one of Jeezy's album. I think I worked on his last album. I think, and with his team and his A&R, the boy Dame. I think it's the boy Dame. So shout out to them. But if you look at Gucci's impact on the culture, it's undeniable, and it's his reach is too far. You know
I
what
can
I'm saying?
understand that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can understand your point.
He got
of view.
everybody.
Yeah.
He started the whole clone thing.
Yeah.
He came out of jail.
Yeah.
He came
A
out of
whole
jail
new
looking like a
motherfucker.
whole new.
Looking
and
like a
everybody
whole
talking
new
about,
dude
Is
and
he
shit.
is he a clone? Is he a clone? All that. He started the whole. See, he was the whole no cap in my rap situation.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Bodied.
he bodied one of the Jeezy soldiers.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know if Jeezy really sent him,
is
but
crazy.
like, so he lived what he rapped.
Right.
One, changed the whole, switched his whole. He had the streets, switched the whole style up, went commercial. He broke Nicki. He broke OJ the Juice Man. He had the streets. OJ, even though he you know what I'm saying, he had like 2 summers. He had the whole summers on lock, like completely on lock. He influenced trap music from the South to how it is now. Like there is no, you know what I'm saying. He's a legend in his own right.
Right. Oh, yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah,
definitely.
If
I feel
you
you.
really want to talk about it,
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying.
I can see your point.
But he broke other people too. He broke others. I just can't.
Yeah,
Don't come on top of my head.
the Migos was heavily influenced.
Oh yeah,
Right. All right, well, shit. Let's move on to number 8.
And real quick,
Yep.
and I recorded Gucci like a summer ago. Last time he was in Vegas, right? Or working in Vegas anyway. I recorded the whole team. Like whole team was out there. Even my boy Big Scar. Shout out to Big Scar.
Right.
Me and Big Scar, we went Billboard. I did a song called First Time in Vegas, of course.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So Big Scar, First Time in Vegas, go check that out. R.I.P. Big Scar, by the way.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it. But I did a song called First Time in Vegas for Big Scar. We tried to Billboard, and we went number 1 on iTunes. So shout out to my boy. And there's vlog footage of the sessions because he had his own team. He had a videographer. He's moving like a boss.
Nice.
He's already learning from Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Gucci moves like an absolute boss. Like he's like kingpin type shit.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah. He does.
Okay.
And he's cool too. That's like big homie. Like when I was in the studio with him, he gave me big homie vibes. Like he was really cool.
Nice.
But yeah. So that the whole session they were in Vegas for like a couple of days. The whole session was vlogged. So they got posthumous content of Big Scar. So the family needs to get it. Get the content. Drop it.
Drop the content so we can see what's happening.
For real.
Hip hop needs it.
Definitely. Go to number 8, Quan. You got a drop.
When I say culture cloth, I don't mean no designer tags or no logos you can flex on the gram.
Hey, Louise.
Or no shit that you get at the mall, add to your cart online. Culture cloth is a lifestyle. It's for those that made it through the storm and still came out shining. And I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Kenechi, man, that helped the city create the sound.
Hey.
Matter of fact, let's just drop this. Big culture.
Yeah.
Shout out, man, to my man Taylor Weeze,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Dope.
Word, man.
Yeah,
Dope.
that's the slime ski right there.
Yeah.
That's my
Love.
slime ball right there. Shout out to the twin.
Hey. Look what we got going and shit. That Taylor Weeze video.
Right. World premiere on the Fifth Element Hip Hop.
Yes, sir. World premiere.
Punch it and spin it again. Yeah. 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 Punch it and spin it again. Pool party, I swim in the bay. No Amiri, I switched up the taste. Don't be flashing that shit in my face. Aaron Judge, boy, that shit getting yanked. It's feeling like Thanksgiving, yeah. That mean it's a lot on my plate. One who I'm raised for late. Hard to think with my heart in the way. Front of sin, I'm the heart of the state. Feeling like I'm no touching my clothes. I turn it away. Max Priest. It's like you get hard.
That boy can't miss, man. Every time he drops some shit, I'll be like, yo, he be... Come on, man.
It's like you get hard, my love. I turn to the way. I feel like I'm having no touching my clothes. Touching my clothes.
We so smooth with it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Punch it and spin it again. Yeah. Punch it and spin it again. Yeah. Punch it and spin it again. Yeah. Punch it and spin it again.
Yeah, I gotta play this shit on the way home. This shit go.
Shout out to Weeze too, man. Because when I hit him up and told him what I was doing, man, he was definitely game, and he hit me back immediately with some joints, man. So shout out to Weeze, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out
Weeze.
Weeze. Let's go, OT.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my slime
So-
brother right there.
Kenechi, man, I'm like, man, we done already talked about. Look, you've been giving us little jewels every time we bring up
Right.
something, man. He been dropping a little something on us, like, oh yeah, I work with him. Oh yeah, I work with him. I just want to, man, look. Sometimes you got to brag on yourself. Give us a brief list of some of the artists that you've been able to be a part of their projects.
Oh man, let's see.
So normal.
Usher,
See,
Young
so normal.
Thug, Gunna,
Wow.
Key Glock. That's my dog actually. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Shout out to Glock. Who else? Gotti. I shouldn't say Gotti, but Jeezy. I done worked with Rod Wave. I was on Rod Wave's last album.
Word.
Track number 2. The project is called Last Lap, but the song I was on was called Last Lap. So I ended up recording a choir for that track. You know You know what I'm saying?
That's
Who else about word to it, man? Rich the Kid. Actually, I mixed in A&R a song. This is not the only time I work with Rich the Kid, but I mixed in A&R the song for Rich the Kid and Filthy Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah, so it was just natural, right?
That's crazy.
The song is called, oh man, I can't remember the song. The song is called, I gotta send y'all the song so y'all can play it later. I can't remember the song. It was a while ago. But yeah, I didn't work with all type of people.
What about some of our local celebrities?
Laser. I worked locked in with Laser all the time.
Nice.
I've been locking in with Laser since before I was really up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shout out to Laser. He's Grammy nominated now. You know, he had that deal with Herb, RP Herb. That was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
But Laser for sure, and obviously the Audibles. You know.
Nice.
Definitely Weez. I lock in with Weez. We created the whole sound. You know, before me and Weez locked in, the music landscape in Vegas was slightly different, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like divided as stylistically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not as like people or anything, as stylistically.
Right.
So we locked in for a few summers, and every summer just kept coming up with new, and until our most recent few drops, and it's like it's a whole kind of unique and to an extent new sound sonically and creatively. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Weez. Who else? I locked in with C's a lot. 2 C's.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crew. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how lit 2 C's was. I already knew he was lit, but I didn't know how lit he was until I started moving around. I saw how he was lit. Pee-wee. I locked in with Pee-wee. And actually, Pee-wee was partially responsible for me and Key Glock locking in. I already had PRE at the studio. I had PRE at Rehab. I brought PRE to Rehab Grammy weekend when the Grammys, I think it was Grammys. Grammy weekend when Grammys were in Vegas. Right. I brought PRE to Rehab. I locked in with Paper Route Woo. I think Glock was outside. I think came in that time. But yeah. Pee-wee actually helped facilitate linking me and Glock. So shout out to Pee-wee for that. And shout out to Band Playing, everybody, whole PRE crew. Who else is lit in Vegas? I probably know worked with them already.
Did D-Cross and Lil
Cross,
Baby?
of course. Yeah. I did D-Cross and Lil Baby. That was crazy. So shout out to Cross. He believed in me since day one. Cross done believed in me since before the Maybach, before he had a Maybach. Yeah.
Right. Tiffany Blue.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I say you got Mike G.
Mike G, that's my dog. So Mike G is now La Russell's producer and engineer.
Right.
Yeah. So Mike G, he works harder than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But what I like about Mike G, stylistically he understands, but also he's dedicated. You know what I'm saying? He's dedicated. And that's hard to find when I'm looking for a lot of people to work with these days, like interns or assistants or whatever. The dedication is not there. You know what I'm saying? See, me, when I was interning back in the day, I actually interned for Filthy Rich Records, Boy, TMT, and all them. I was getting up, 6 a.m. to handle my business because I knew at some point they were going to call me and I'm going to be sold up for the rest of the day, interning with whoever they had to work with at the time. Sometimes 50 would pop in. Sometimes Mace would pop in or whoever, and we'd be locked in for the rest of the night. So shout out to Corey Harris, that's my dog. Shout out to AKA Young Blood, that's Corey Harris. He ran Filthy Rich Studios at the time. He's Money Team 2. Shout out to P Rilla, that's my dog, that's my brother too. Shout out to Free A, Lil James, and the whole squad. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah. Man, who else is lit? Well, let me tell you about the Cross situation, the Lil Baby joint. Cross hit me up early that night, like, yo, I need a stew, lock it in. And I was like, I'm gonna try to lock it in for you. But Future booked the whole studio for the whole weekend. Damn. So Pluto had it whole weekend. When they lock it down like that, there's typically no getting in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By the time I see what I could do. et cetera, et cetera. I try to do it. The studio ends up calling me at like, they're blowing me up, calling me at like 4 a.m. So I'm getting up finally, like, okay. They're saying, yo, we need you for the Pluto session. It's not going how it should. We need you to take over, basically. You know? So
Right.
I'll be right there type. So I get dressed. It's like 4 or 5 a.m. I slide to the studio. I look at my phone. I see Cross is blowing me up too, and I'm like, damn. So I pull up to the lab. I get the Future session all situated, but Future, they were only there for another like 30 minutes to an hour after I popped up. And
Right.
Future's entourage was huge, so it was all good. Cross was playing Baby Records, right, for the feature, and the record that Lil Baby chose that he liked, that he fucked with the most, was What They Wish For, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so he's hit me up like, yo, I need a session. I hit him like, yo, I'm in the lab, I'm in the A room, whatever. I'm wrapping up with Pluto. I'm popping in right now. So apparently, you know, Lil Baby, like D Cross was just outside, you know, politicking and moving around with Lil Baby, and you know, doing what they do. I guess they have, they got a real rapport. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ended up going to the studio to work together, and even though the studio was booked completely, you know, it's Wham. So of course,
Right.
Future's gonna let him in the session, right?
Right.
Of course. So they end up in the B room. He sent me up. I'm in the A room, and so I slide to the B room and pull up the files and all that, and like, you know, the rest is history.
Right.
You know, Vegas history.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
So,
Definitely.
yeah. So they did
Wow.
that at like 5, 6 a.m. You know, after they've been out gambling, spending money, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I saw you
All
had,
night,
you had a cameo in the video.
Yeah, had a
Yeah.
cameo in the video. Everybody was in there. I think like I saw Metro in there. That was fire. I saw you know, Mob Ties in there. That was
Nice.
fire. Everybody was in there. Like, more than I can name.
Let me ask you a question. What was one of the most difficult sessions you had to engineer? If you can speak on it without, you know, causing some crazy.
Difficult as in like. Difficult as in
like as a difficult person to work with, or
Okay.
you know, like maybe the entourage was too rowdy and you couldn't really get the work done.
Okay. I'll say this. I'm not gonna say the particular session, but I was in there and I was working with one of Prince's producers, right? And amazing, talented people, you know, multi-instrumentalists, all that. And I don't know what it was, but like, it's, you know, I'm always take care of my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm always give them the quality. I'm gonna give them that elite experience when it comes to studio, when it comes to like engineering, mix producing, etc., all that. But I think something hit a heartstring with bro about Prince. He was calling Prince by his first name and all type. But
Damn.
yeah, so it was like he would go to one instrument and then like he wouldn't like what he was doing. He'd switch to the next instrument, and then like, you know, everybody was drinking in the session, so kind of was not perfect.
It was chaos. That's pretty much what you saying. It was chaos.
So it's like, so they start getting into the details about like basically how Prince was portrayed in an inaccurate light after his death or at the time of his death. And like, yeah, there was way more to the story. They just started getting into it, and it got kind of real after that, and like the session took another direction, and it was difficult because of how they were behaving in the session. You know what I'm saying? But
the goddess is in the chat, and she said her session was the worst.
Shout out to the goddess.
hey, you should talk about that later. Nah. I have never had a bad session with Goddess. Shout out to Goddess. Yeah, I've never had a bad session. She's snapping.
Shout out goddess, man. I'm like, yo, we still waiting on music. I know you in here
Come
doing
on,
your schooling thing, but you know, we still waiting on some music from you. You know, we know you got it in you.
Right. Goddess, I want to release that one song so bad.
Yeah,
She know what I'm talking about.
You're right.
She holding on to it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's funny though, man.
Yeah.
What made you want to be an engineer? What led you to that?
Just the love of music and technology. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I messed around with it when I was a kid for a while. You know, all my homies, they would either rap or make beats and all that. So we would, you know, they needed somebody to record. I was the best one. Naturally, I just naturally gravitated to the science of sonics. So when I would record, my recordings would sound better than everybody else's. So they always wanted me to engineer. But we would produce and the homies would make songs and all that. But I stopped. It was just like something I did here and there for fun when I was a kid. I picked it back up when I was in college. Actually, when I was at UNLV, I picked it back up. I was actually majoring in business. I was a double major actually in music and business. I needed see, it was weird. So I accomplished everything that I needed to in college as it pertains to credits and course program structure, but they were telling me oh, well, you can't move on to the upper grad or whatever until you have to just take more credits. And I'm like, but I took all the credits that y'all wanted me to take.
Right.
Why can't I just go straight to upper grad, you know, or upper whatever it's called, and you know, apply to your major and all that. And they're like, it is what it is. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me take some music technology classes. Which is engineering basically at the time. So I took the classes, and the rest was history. I got back into it after that. I got back into music production and music technology, which is engineering. You know what I'm saying?
I like the fact that you said it's a science.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you said it's a science. You know
yeah, definitely. But there's a scientific aspect to it because you know. It's damn near physics. If you think about physics, the physical world is all scientific. Everything that makes up the physical world, the way that the laws of nature are governed, right? It's all kind of scientific to an extent. So sound is the same way.
Indeed.
But there's two sides to it. There's a scientific side to it where it's technicality, and then there's the creative side to it, which is the art. Creativity of the side. You can teach the technical side to anyone. Anyone that has the capacity to comprehend, they can learn the scientific side of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't teach the artistic side of it. You can't teach the creative side of it.
Yeah, it is.
So you can't sometimes, for the most part, you can't teach creativity.
Right.
And that's I feel like that's one of the most valuable resources that I have. As it pertains to me and my discipline. And I think that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people work with me and why I've gone so far in this particular lane is because I understand the cohesiveness. I understand the dance between science and art. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
For sure.
The word is born.
The art, for sure.
Is there anybody you want to work with, dead or alive, that you haven't had a chance?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just have a mind to work with the greatest of all time. You know, everyone who's really locked in, moving the culture of music forward. You know what I'm saying? Not just it's not just a clout thing. It's just everyone who's actually contributing to moving the actual culture, because that's what's actually remembered. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's been a bunch of artists and records that have been popular 30, 40, 50 years ago, but we don't remember none of them.
Right.
We only remember those ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the people who made those ones, those people are the type of artists who move the culture of music forward. You know
Absolutely.
And that's who I would want to work with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Hey, the goddess is in the chats and she's saying your accent coming out. So
Oh my
yeah, I know
goodness.
you got.
Oh my goodness, you swear, y'all swear. I don't have. You swear. Ain't got. She swears she's trying to go to Nigeria next time I go. You swear.
So you originally from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Okay.
She been globetrotting lately.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Definitely she
she
globetrotting.
been everywhere. I'm like, I ain't even gonna front. I'm like, last time when we see her in Rome or some shit, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, yo.
Hey, real quick, man.
moving around.
I gotta step, man, to get to the Mariposa. You know what I'm saying? But I do got an announcement. I couldn't leave without shouting out my sister Kadada Renee, who will be at Mariposa tomorrow for Black Transit.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. So from like 9:30 to 10:30, man, come check out Black Transit's Kadada Renee.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely is really dope, man. And Friday, Saturday, Mariposa, man. You know what I'm saying?
We had a video up here for you, Slim, but we're gonna hold off. We're gonna play it next week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So
My guy.
Yes, Sirski.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Quan, bring up number 5 real quick. We're gonna figure out who got the best album cover from this Fifth Element Hip Hop Picks.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. We got one Ducky, one Landlord, one Twist Paper, one Weibo, one Henny Holyfield, and another Ducky. So Ducky is the winner.
Ducky the winner.
Yeah, clap it up for Ducky from Donna.
Ducky from Donna. You got the winner. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
That's
look.
dope.
That's dope.
That's
hey, I'm
dope.
not mad at that cover because I thought that cover was dope.
Yeah,
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love
Definitely.
that.
Ducky, we're gonna have to have you up for another bar test or something.
Yeah, man.
That was dope.
Hey, he got up here and snapped too.
Right. And then number 10 on there, Quan, also. Tomorrow, if you're looking for something to do, Grounded Soul Music Sessions. They're having an event. Let's see. Tomorrow from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. at Ola Habibi.
What is that?
1115 South Casino Boulevard.
So it's downtown.
Yep. Falcon is performing. DJ Snowdat is spinning.
Shout out Snowdat.
Raya B is performing. It's hosted by DJ Snowdat. It's $15 in advance and $20 at the door with a drink. So
Okay.
if y'all looking for something to do, get out there. Get out there.
Yeah, they say Falcon's doing something.
Yeah.
She performing.
Yeah.
I know, cause I know Shorty.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I know Falcon. She got a hit actually on her hands.
Okay.
Oh shit.
She got a hit on her hands for sure.
That's what's up.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? We got to tap in.
Out of sight. Yeah.
Hey, and then real quick, last week we were talking about the artist, and we said the person's name was Shitty.
Oh,
It looked like Shitty on the screen.
Yeah.
Right. Her name is
Let's get it right.
80s.
Her name is
That
80s.
S was an 8.
Yeah. It looked like an S.
Yeah, it looked like
You
an
know,
S for real.
but it's a number 8, so it's
Sure.
8TYS. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know,
Shout out 80s.
shout out 80s,
Damn,
man. We
yeah.
ain't mean no harm by it, but we had a little fun with your name. I can't even front. We had a little fun with it.
Oh my god.
But it's all in good fun, man. We just having fun.
Yeah. DJ, is there anything that we should have asked you that we didn't ask you? Something that we missed?
I mean, I get a lot of messages and inquiries all the time from aspiring engineers, stuff like that. So you might ask me questions that they might ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Who's some of the other engineers in the city? Because I know y'all got it's almost like y'all got a tight group. Who's some of the other engineers that you respect in the city? like whose work you was like, you came behind and you was like, okay, yeah, he nice.
Let me think. I would say the Churkos, they own a hideout.
Okay.
You know, they were legends they're legends in their lane.
Nice.
In the rock world, you know, they work with, you know, it's Ozzy and them. Five Finger Death Punch, all them.
Damn.
So Kevin Churko and his son, for sure.
Nice.
Who else is can I speak on like that? Hitman's been doing this thing.
Definitely.
We had a panel of engineers up here at one time. We had
Okay.
Dotson, Jeremiah, Gas,
Okay.
Two-Tone, and
Okay.
who else did we have up?
Shout out to Two-Tone.
Tone.
Two-Tone, my boy. Shout out to my dog, man. We got to link back up.
Yeah. Shit, that's nothing.
Yeah, they're all doing their thing for sure. You know what I'm saying?
And prayers up for Jeremiah, man. He been going through it.
Yes,
Right,
prayers
right.
for Jeremiah. If you can, please donate. Every dollar counts. Please donate to Jeremiah. Go onto his IG IG page. I think Hideout Studios might have posted them as well. All of his payment info is there. Every dollar counts. And if you want to work out a deal with him because you donate, he's willing to do that. So
That's what's up.
get well soon, Jeremiah.
Yes, sir, man.
Definitely.
I'm like, man, straight up. So, Nietzsche, you got to tell the people where they can reach you at.
Yes, sir. You can reach me on IG at Kenechi Noir, NECHI NOIR. That's the same handle for TikTok as well. You can hit my website, NietzscheSound.com. If you want to book something, I definitely take care of you. You got to work with the most creative in the city.
There it is. Look, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit.
All jokes aside, you got to work with. Honestly, you got to work with people who understand what they're working on and have the vision and have the ear. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like click and push buttons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's really about your real taste. It's really about the decisions and how you feel about particular lanes in music and where music is going. And me and my constituents, that's what we do.
I always said when recording, if you don't have a dope engineer, your music gonna sound like shit.
Oh yeah.
Like you got the dopest beat, dopest producer, whatever. You know what I mean? But your engineer, if your engineer nice, he'll hear shit before you even say it.
Yeah.
He'll be taking the thoughts right out your head. Be like, man, I want to. Man, it shit's already in the mix. Like straight up.
Yeah, that's the chemistry. That's the chemistry and the rapport that you build with your engineer by locking in. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
over
real.
time, unless you got somebody seasoned like the kid, and I'm already know.
Right. Hey, what he's trying to say is his book is full.
Hey, I got one last question, and it's about Vegas music.
Yeah.
What do you think's the problem? Why is it so hard for Vegas artists to make it to mainstream status?
It's all knowledge, I think. So I think the reason why a lot of artists from Vegas don't typically make it to that level is because they don't understand how the industry works. And they have the mindset of an artist and not the mindset of maybe like a businessman. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that what you're making is not the only commodity that is important in the music business. You need to understand that it's a relationship-based business, but what you do need to have the type of music, the type of quality music that your fan base will appreciate and gravitate to, for sure. So you can't just put anything out. You can't just be like a trend chaser and just try to make what the hot sound is, because it's not authentic, and people typically don't respect or gravitate to what's not authentic.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So that for sure. But then you have to understand it's relationship based. So you need to know who to like pitch to. You need to know who to build a relationship or a rapport with in order to get to where you need to be. Because at the end of the day, people talk about being signed by labels like a label is just this gigantic entity that moves, breathes, and thinks on its own. But at the end of the day, people are signing your contracts.
Right.
People are signing you. People are bringing you through the door to an A&R, or the A&R is bringing you to whoever is signing your record deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of relationship-based work that needs to be done, and that's if you want to go the label route. And if you don't go the label route, you need to understand that you need to be your own label, and the label consists more than just like you as a rapper, singer, artist, your engineer, and your video man. There's PR, there's like client retention, which is like your audience retention. There's image. There's like now there's a whole, even beyond PR, there's a whole like expertise that is social media or that is branding or that is like outreach.
You talking business. Yeah. When you talking client retention, that's business. That's
but it's true. It's
facts. It is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and that's how labels think about it. Because at the end of the day, the labels are just trying to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what they're. They could tell you they believe in you, or whatever. If you don't make no money, you're gonna get dropped.
Right.
You're gonna get dropped, or you're gonna get shelved for the rest of your career, which is the same thing. Then.
Right.
You know
might as well be dropped.
Right.
So at the end of the day, signing you or dealing with you needs to make sense. You know what I'm saying? And they also need to understand that like the days of like labels picking you up and developing you into something and then breaking you they're not doing that no more.
Yeah,
they haven't been doing that for a long time.
I was about to say that's like 20 years ago.
Right. Well, I mean, like you got some people they call industry plants, like you know what I'm saying, that pop out of nowhere and that they've been signed for 5 years.
Right.
And they're just now dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a plan if they was going through artist development?
What's the plan?
Exactly.
Right.
Something that grow.
What's the industry plan?
Something that grow. Shit. End of the day.
But yeah, I mean, they say the industry plan is like someone who's just like escorted through the doors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they have no back record of putting in work, and they have no prior catalog really.
They say Ice Spice was an industry plant.
Nobody. I feel like she just.
I think she just got lucky.
She just had a fatty.
You know, somebody told me the other day. Somebody told me that Ice Spice, that she was putting money into her IG, just kept pouring dollars into her social media accounts, and then she just like
can't be mad at that.
Popular that way.
Look, whatever way you can find a way to finesse the game, I say do what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, you only get mad at a situation when it's not you. If you was the guy who got ushered through the doors, would you even give a fuck about an industry plan? I'd be like, shit, plant my ass somewhere, please, nigga. Like you mad because it ain't you. I'm like, shit, I ain't mad at nobody how they get to where they get to. Because if I had the connection to experience whatever it is, nepotism or whatever, favoritism, whatever it is, I'm like, yo, I'm going to take advantage because I'm like, that opportunity ain't afforded to everybody. And God just so happened to bless me with it. So don't be mad at people who industry plants. Be mad at yourself because you know you got to work harder. That's it. Straight up. That's all that is. You know. With that being said, man, Raymo, where they can reach you at?
At RaySun724 on Twitter, IG, the Ray Sun Report on YouTube, 420 in Vegas, everywhere you listen to podcasts and, you know, do the thing at. And then, of course, here, Fifth Element Hip Hop. Let's go.
Yo, Sebi Sev.
Yo, Smooth K07, Smooth K07. I got a new account on Instagram, man.
Yo, Hollywood.
Yo, reach me at IG, HollywoodBug22. My fault.
Yo, you can reach me at OT from the D. That's OTFRUMTHAD on IG. The Fifth Element Hip Hop. That's the number 5 TH Element Hip Hop on IG as well. www.fifthelementhip-hop.com. You know what I'm saying? You can hit that, like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And Kenechi, you have something?
Yeah. I just want to say something that I thought was interesting that I heard today. I was listening to this podcast, the EYL podcast.
On Your Leisure.
You've heard it On Your Leisure, right? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about like basically the music industry and how people have such an issue with the royalties that are paid out by Spotify and streaming platforms. And it's a real problem. It's problematic, you know what I'm saying? But they were saying basically like a way that you might be able to get around that is to invest in Spotify stock. Because you can get paid through Spotify stock.
Because it's a publicly traded company.
Right. So if you put money into Spotify stock or one of these streaming platform stock and even reinvest your royalties into that, you could potentially get paid more than what you will.
Hey, honestly,
you will get paid more than what they paying.
That's the hustle right there. Yeah. I'm like, shit. I'm like, how do you drive a stock? You put something in it that people want and make the stock go up, and you're the commodity.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you got an insider track right there. You could just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just drop the hottest shit ever and tell people to go to Spotify and run the fucking stock up. You feel me? Get your money up, right?
Hey, I'm reading Quan talk about he got to go eat dinner.
Yeah, my bad.
That's all I want to say.
Hey, that's it. You know what I mean? Shout out to our sponsors, Q the Barber, he taking all fades.
Yeah, they located at 2077 North Jones behind the Burger King.
You know
Pull
what I'm
up
saying?
on them, man.
Lit Lemonade.
Lit Lemonade.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Gorilla Cross Studios for allowing us to put this on every week. What up, though, Quans? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, yo. And
I'm going again.
Lemonade. Hey, yo.
She turned me into an alcoholic every week.
Y'all want to take us out?
Come on, man.
I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You be liking and subscribing with your glass.
Yeah. You already know that it's evident. You're rocking with East God and of Element. Probably should run for president. The Black Wolf walk in the woods, feel like the Revenant. I had to embellish it. MC on the beat, like OT from the D. Just pass me the rock, I'ma pull it up from the 3. I see strange things like 11. And when I'm on the mic, I get them hype like DJ 7 or DJ Slim in Hollywood like I'm Bull. They know I'm the one. Man, the knowledge come from the dreads. This X-ray son, peace, love, and unity. You gotta give it your best. And you say that you got them bars, or we gon' give them a test. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You ain't said right, please say it one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.